What's up, Trevor? Yeah, it's a video that's been there for a while. I just haven't played it. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. And this, guys, is, of course, leading on to the Mother's Day specials. As Trevor pointed out, that was a different video that I normally play as at the beginning. And we do have several different styles of videos that we do play around here. That, of course, is a beautiful, beautiful 1000 V2 video. Now, bear with me as a second, guys, because I don't know what that was, but that was a weird little glitch that we just had here. Hopefully that's not a proprietary of what we are going to be seeing. So I want to check something real quick before we get going. Now, when I am checking this, we're going to talk about, of course, these beautiful deals that we have going on, guys. First and foremost, we have that 5% discount code for you guys if you spend over $1,000 tonight. That's right, 5% discount code on, of course, those purchases for you. Now, we also have that really beautiful, cool other discount code. Guys, if you want to, you guys can, of course, see that discount code for that beautiful carrying bag that we're going to be showing you. I moaned. Huh? I don't think that was me. Might have been a glitch. Definitely didn't moan. Yeah, I definitely didn't moan. Might have been a glitch or something else. I don't know what that. It really a moan. I was talking to you, and maybe it was me talking to you. All right, guys. So we have a discount code out there. It's for the 1000 V2. You use this code, guys, and you guys can get a free carrying bag with the purchase of it. So. We're going to post that for you right there in chat and let you guys have those, of course, codes. Now, with it, I don't know what's going on. It looks like we have a slight little delay in, of course, the stream. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. No clue. No clue. Definitely weird. Let's share these codes for you guys right there. You guys can see the May Jackery 25 for, of course, that beautiful little piece on that. Great little discount codes right there for you. So if you guys are looking, check those out. Now, we also have that 5% discount code for you guys with that. Now, I'm going to point out, guys, it's 5% discount code. It's not 25% off. I will mention that to Fernando. Fernando, that thing you gave me, it says 25% off, buddy. I'll correct that. I will correct that. I will correct that. Woo. Let's see here. Let's fix this. That's the correct codes. It's close. We're just going to ignore those codes. All right, we are going to be doing this beautiful little show. I don't know, guys, if the show is glitchy. I do apologize. It looks like I'm having a little bit of frame drops. Not sure why. But hey, we're here. We're here. So we're going to start this show off with, of course, that beautiful 1000 V2 that comes in at $449. There's that really cool discount code for that. If you guys get the 1000 V2, you can get a carrying bag while using that discount code. That's a really great discount code for you guys tonight. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over here. We're going to show you guys the table. We're going to zoom on in while this zooms in, I'm going to get up and do something real quick because I have a really loud fan kicking on behind me and I don't want it kicking on like it's doing. Now, guys, we're showing you guys that beautiful 1000 V2. Now, that 1000 V2 is 1070 watt hours of power. Now, the 1070 watt hours of power, it's going to do quite a lot for you. Now, like I said, 1070 watt hours of power, but it's got multiple points of connection, including 3 AC outlets, 2 USB-C ports, a USB-A port, and of course that 12 volt 10 amp plug. You're also going to see that beautiful little flashlight there as well for you. Now, the 3 AC outlets are going to do 1500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 300 or 3000 if you really need to go up and above that with that. And that's the cool part with this. Now, we have a bunch of other really cool stuff with this on hand as well. We, of course, have that beautiful 30 watt USB-C port, 100 watt USB-C port, 18 watt USB-A port, 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. It's amazingly well done for you guys. Now, it has a flashlight. The flashlight's going to do, of course, single light brightness. It's going to also do, of course, higher light brightness if you guys need highlight. Or it's going to, of course, do that beautiful SOS pattern for you. I'm going to ask Fernando 1 second. Fernando, are you getting the error codes on your app as well as I'm getting on mine? I'm getting some error codes, and I'm not sure why. So, guys, bear with us as we check some error codes if we see these. Not really sure what they are. Now, we're going to talk about how quick can it charge? They can actually charge in a decent amount of time. 2 hours is your standard fast charge time. With that, that's actually decently well done for 1070 watt hours of power. The cool part about this is guys, they actually created this to, of course, charge in super emergency situations. You guys know a power outage is coming. You guys know a natural disaster is coming. It can actually come and actually start charging at a 1 hour charge rate if you really need that 1 hour charge rate. And that's actually kind of cool. Now, I like that situation with this, and it's going to do well for a lot of things. And that's what I really think is amazing. Now, I love that it does so much more because you guys could plug in a window AC if you really wanted to. I could plug in my house fan. Actually, you know what? I can get up and plug in a house fan into this. I do know that my app is throwing some error codes. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to have Justin check something really quick. So I'm going to have him check the error codes real quick, and I'm going to plug in a fan into this. So let's power this up real quick. So we're going to hit the power button. We're going to turn on the AC. You guys are going to see me stand up, grab a cable. When I grab that cable, you're just going to grab a tower fan right here, and we're going to plug it in. With that, you guys are going to see that it has, of course, this beautiful little display. And what I'm going to do is you're going to see it's pulling about 20 watt, or about a little bit of watt. It's not much. Now, I'm going to come over here. We're going to turn this on. We are, of course, right there running in low fan speed. And that's all I really need is low fan speed. I don't need high fan speed. So when I come back over here, and you guys are going to see that it's going to start pulling, of course, about 29 watts of power. So 29 watts of power says I have about 4 hours of runtime. Let's let this run through the show. I don't have a problem with that. That's actually really kind of cool. So we can actually run a fan off of this without a problem, and that's actually a really great idea. To be able to run a fan off of this and do what we need in those timely fashions is beautiful. I love that it can do that. Now, you guys could do more. Like I said, you guys could do a flat screen TV. You guys could do rice cookers off of this. For $449, you cannot go wrong with this device. Simple, quick charging usages. If you want to charge it off some, let's say, solar panels, 2.5 hours with 2 of those 200 watt panels. And that's a great deal with that. It's a phenomenally well done product. At $449, you can't go wrong with it by itself, but you're also going to get that carrying bag, which is great. So you guys can do that option of getting it with that carrying bag. If you want to, though, you guys can get it, of course, with the Jackery Explorer 200 watt solar panel. So you guys can get that as a package deal for $699. At $699, you're going to get the 1000 V2. You're going to get that 200 watt. Oh, hey, later, Trevor. Thanks for hanging out with me, buddy. Trevor's out of here. He's like, I'm going to bounce. Now, like I said, you guys can get that 1000 V2 and you guys can get the 200 watt solar panel for $699. That's a 46% savings tonight. At 46%, it's a great savings to be had for you guys. Same beautiful power station with, of course, that Charge Shield 2.0 technology, UL drop protection, UL 94V-0 flame retardant materials, and of course, still can run all of those devices like you would have come to expect. 14 hours with the laptop, 20 drone batteries, 10 hours with the Starlink Standard, 29 hours with the Mini. You guys can do 14 hours with the mini fridge or even 14 hours with, of course, other devices. 1 week with the router or modem. 12 hours with, of course, a heated blanket. 23 hours with the house fan. Or if you want to use that rice cooker, about 3 hours is going to be your runtime. It's a decently well done product. So you guys have the option to buy itself or with, of course, solar panels. Now, we also have the option out there for you guys, the 1000 V2 with that carrying bag. And that's the cool one. So if you guys want to get that option of that 1000 V2 with the carrying bag, you guys can use that discount code to save yourself some money. And that's actually kind of cool as well. Great little options with this. Beautiful little pieces. And I actually like the way it works. So it's just one of them things. If you guys need the 1000 V2, definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed with that. Debbie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, we're going to be showing you guys the 300. Now, this is, of course, a nice low power station that does well. It's actually coming in at about $169 today, and that's a great deal for this. So this is that 300 power station. Now, the Jackery Explorer 300 is an amazing little piece of technology. It has that beautiful fixed handle that's going to allow you to carry it, and that nice little logo on the front. It's going to have 2 AC outlets that do 300 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 500 if you need to. It's going to have, of course, that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug over here that's hidden away. It's going to have, of course, that display that can come on so you guys can actually see the battery percentage. It's also got a USB-C port and 2 USB-A ports. Now, the USB-C port is a 60-watt port. That 60-watt port is a bi-directional port, so it's going to charge inwards or outwards depending on however you want to do it. Kind of amazing. Now, with it, though, it's going to take about 3.25 hours to fully charge this device. At 3.25 hours to 3.5 hours, you're going to have 293 watt hours of power in a 7-pound package. And that's right, 7 pounds. This thing is lightweight. And it's actually quite amazingly light. That's going to work out well for people. Charging, multiple ways. 3.5 hours wall plug through the DC plug if that's the way you want to use it. You guys can do, of course, the DC plug and, of course, the USB-C port together. 2 hours will be your charge time. Now, if you really wanted to, 3.5 hours in your cigarette car lighter in your car on a road trip is where it's going to be. And that's actually amazing. Silicone pads on the bottom, but this can actually run a Nintendo Switch for approximately 40 hours without a problem. It can run about 15 to 16 DSLR batteries, 6 drone batteries. You guys could do, of course, the flat screen TV if you wanted to for about 4.5 hours. That'll be about the same as a mini cooler, maybe 4 laptop charges if you needed to. 7 pounds of weight in a $169 price package. It's amazing. That's amazingly well done price point. Very portable and can be taken anywhere, and that's actually a really cool piece. Now, the 300 does have an option of, if you guys want to get it with the 100-watt solar panel. Now, that's going to be the 100 bifacial. Now, this is a 100-watt Solar Saga solar panel, bifacial. It's about $399 price tag for the 300 and this solar panel, which is a great deal. And I'm going to attempt to set that station down so we can kind of talk about it a little bit more. Now, this is fully waterproof, water resistant. It's, of course, going to do 100 watts of charging. When you are using this solar panel to charge the 300, it's going to take about 4.5 hours. So at 4.5 hours, you're not paying your electric company and you guys have, of course, 293 watt hours of power to get you through the rest of the night from your, let's say, camping lanterns to maybe you guys want to listen to a little music while camping. And that's actually kind of cool. 100 amp hours. 293 watt hours. So it's amazingly well done. But yeah, this is 100 watts of charging with this. Oh, you got the 2000 plus, Chris. That's amazing. Yeah, the 2000 plus is a beautiful power station, especially with the options of being able to add extra batteries. You can even connect it up with the NEMA plug to your house if you wanted to, through, of course, the manual transfer switch system. That's actually kind of cool as well. Yeah, they're actually kind of cool. Now, I'm loving them. I've been doing them and streaming here for a little over a year with Jackery, which is fun. Having amazing. Before I started doing all this, I wasn't really a believer in power stations. I was more of a believer of let me just plug my stuff into my house and just be done with it. I have the options now, and I've been doing it. I've been use these quite much more than normal. I grab power station to plug in my camera gear. I grab a power station to plug in my lighting gear and other stuff instead of using extension cords, and that's just one of those things. Now, like I said, you guys can get the 300 with this beautiful solar panel. And this solar panel is amazing. It is a really, really large panel. It's not like you would think it's a small one. It's a large panel that does well. If you guys can see the length of this, it's an amazingly well done panel. IP68 rating, so fully waterproof, water resistant, can be left outside. If it gets dirty, guys, just wash it off, of course, and don't worry about it. You can do whatever you really need to. So 300 by itself, $169. You guys can get the 300 with, of course, that 100-watt solar panel for a beautiful $399. Both amazing package deals right there. See, I think we're going to talk about the 2000 V2 up next, which means we're bouncing back to the table. We're going to move over a little bit, and you guys can see the 2000 V2 right there. Now, the 2000 V2 is full app controlled, so you guys can use the app to control this device. That means you guys can actually connect up to it and turn on those plugs on app control. You guys can even turn on the flashlight if you wanted to. You'll just literally pull up the Jackery app, and you guys will see the two power stations that I have sitting there. We're going to connect it up. We're going to turn on the flashlight just by pressing the button. Want to go a little brighter? We hit it again. If we want to do SOS pattern and say, hey, you guys should buy one of these, just by doing that. If I want to turn on the screen, I can turn on the screen. You see that we're pulling approximately 3 watts of power out of that. Only plugged in a little keystone light, so 3 to 5 watts is what it draws normally. 97% battery. That's what it's been saying for a while, and that's because we're not barely pulling any power out of this. Want to shut the screen off? I can shut the screen off. If I want to shut the DC plug off, I can shut that plug off. The app is going to show us, guys, the battery percentage. It's going to allow us to see the temperature of the device. It's also going to allow us to change the charging rate of this. Now, we have a couple options of how to charge it. Because it's made with Charge Shield 2.0, which means it has, of course, already standard fast charging. 2 hours is your standard charge time with this device for the beautiful 242 watt hours of power. You guys can put it in emergency charge rate and have it charged in 1 hour time. You're up and running and you're good to go. And that's actually kind of cool. Now, you're going to have 3 AC outlets that do, of course, 2200 watts of pure sine wave power with that. And that's actually really nice. So 2200 watts is beautiful. It's going to do well. You guys can, of course, go past that pure sine wave power to 4400 if you really needed to, just to step it up a little bit more. And that's where it's going to range with it. If you guys just need the standard pure sine wave, that means all your devices are safe. Cool thing is even if it goes past that, with these devices, there are safety protocols put into the devices that's going to protect your pieces anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. Like the 1000 V2, you have 2 USB-C ports, a 30-watt port, 100-watt port. We're plugged into the 30-watt port tonight, literally only pulling 3 watts, though. If we needed to, we could definitely pull a little bit more. Just like I had on the 1000 V2, if we want to, we can turn on, of course, the AC plugs. We can come over here. We can grab the house fan. plug the house fan in, turn the house fan on. Of course, you guys see we're pulling about 43 watts, and it's going to fluctuate depending on what we need with that. It's that simple. If I really want to shut those plugs off, just switch of a button, shut it off with my phone. Now, 242 watt hours of power is actually quite a good amount of power for a station of this size. It's 39 pounds. At 39 pounds, you guys can carry this around. It's not going to be an issue. I lift them up, move them around. Now, with that being said, there are larger stations that weigh a lot more with that in the market. This is actually well done. This is also created with what's called CTB, or cell-to-body technology. Hey, Dean, what's up? C2B, or cell-to-body technology, is almost like a beehive. So it's created with, of course, a honeycomb design. The batteries or the LiFePO4 cells are created inside that, which means it takes less space, less time, and of course, less weight to create the battery pack inside this housing. That's why it's shrunk down. Now, that's actually kind of cool and amazingly well done. At $999, guys, it's a 33% savings for you. It's a great deal with this product. Now, you guys can do a lot more than that if you wanted to, because, well, it can run quite a bit from, let's say, a 200 watt desktop PC for 12 hours. You guys could do, I'm going to say like a shop vac, about 2.5 to 3 hours with the shop vac. You guys could do a tree trimmer if you wanted to. You guys could do microwaves. You guys could do 1150 watt window AC for about 2 hours. You could even do tea kettles, microwaves, again, rice cookers. If you guys are into rice cookers or air fryers, you guys could do those as well. 100 watt movie projectors, about 17 to 18 hours of runtime off of this, depending on the projector you're using. Let's say a sump pump or, something of the sort. Guys will get multiple hours of runtime with that off of this. It's not going to have a problem. Table saws can be plugged in. Palm sanders can be plugged in. You guys could do so much more. Just pick an option of an idea. Maybe let's say your kitchen stove. That's about 800 watts or so. You guys could plug that in this. You guys could run that for about almost 3 hours, I'm going to say, at 800 watts. You got 2042 watt hours of power. It will do well. Can be used as a UPS or uninterruptible power supply. When used as a UPS, guys, you're going to have that 20 milliseconds to switch over, and it'll do well. Now, that's the 1000 V2 by itself. You guys can, or the 2000 V2 by itself. You guys can also get the 2000 V2 with dual solar panel package. Now, that's going to be 2 of the 200 watt panels. That's like a 36% savings spent on this one. It's like $15.99. At $15.99, that means you guys can use that 5% discount code that we have for you, and that's actually kind of cool. That's actually really nice. So it's a great deal with that. It's going to work well for you guys when you need that. $1,000 purchases is going to do that. So check those out. You can't go wrong with that as well. So we're going to move on slightly. We're going to talk about a larger power station, the 3000, which means we're going to jump up on the table to the larger systems. Now, yes, I have pretty much every system they make, and we're going to talk about the 3000 Pro. When we talk about the 3000 Pro, I'm going to mention a few other things just so you guys know, but it's going to be some cool stuff. First and foremost, the 3000 Pro is a 64-pound station. At 64 pounds, it does weigh quite a bit, but they made sure they created it with large 3-inch wheels and a telescopic handle that's going to allow you to roll it around and take it where you need. Now, that's perfectly well done. What you're going to see is there's 5 AC outlets. All 5 of those AC outlets do 3000 watts of pure sine wave power with that. And that's actually nice. Now, if you want to, though, you guys can, of course, jump past that 3000 and go to 6000 watts, which means you guys have enough power to run a MIG welder or something of the sort. And a MIG welder should be able to run for about an hour off of this without a problem, which is great. Now, 3042 watt hours of power is what you're going to get with this. And at 3042 watt or 3024 watt hours of power with this, you're going to get a good amount of power that will run quite a bit of stuff for you, which is nice. It's well done. Your charge time will vary with this because, I mean, it's a lot more power. So that charge time with this will be approximately 2.5 hours on a wall plug. If you had, let's say, 6 of the 200-watt solar panels, about 3.5 hours would be your charge time with this. Now, this device is only $1,799 tonight. That's a 36% savings. Normally like $2,800 for this system. Now, yes, you guys are going to probably hear in the next day or so on that, yes, there's another station coming. Hey, don't worry about it. This is actually a really nice station. Now, we are going to get into it. With the charge time, you're going to have those 5 AC outlets. You have 4 of the standard 3-prong, and then you have that 5th NEMA-style plug. You guys can use that NEMA plug to actually plug in a manual transfer switch into your power grid at home if you want to. With this system, you guys could do, let's say, a 60-watt TV for over 35 hours without a problem, and it will run it. 1150-watt window AC, about 3 hours of runtime. Your 520-watt refrigerator, 5 hours of runtime there as well. Now, 64 pounds might throw some people off, but don't let it. It will do well for you guys. You guys can do that 800-watt oven, of course, for over 3 hours as well without a problem. That means you guys could cook that steak, maybe make a roast. You guys could do, of course, some stews, whatever you want. Maybe just need to make some garlic bread. Plug it in, get it going, and you're good to go. Blenders can be done. 101 cell phone charges can be done with this. I'm going to say maybe like a weed eater, weed whacker, about 2.5 hours. You have all the home backup you need in a nice sized package. The 3000 Pro is a beautiful little piece by itself. At $17.99, you can't go wrong with that. But you guys can also get it with, of course, the 200-watt solar panels. Those are large panels that will do well. So you're partway there. Get 4 more of those solar panels, and you guys have that 3.5-hour charge rate out in the sun. The shadow, just ignore that shadow. Have the fan blocking the light somewhat, so there's a shadow right now. Any questions about any of those systems that we have shown thus far? Now, a couple things I didn't mention. 2 100-watt USB-C ports on that. 2 18-watt USB-C ports. 12-volt 10 amp. Still full app control as well. But since we're talking about whole home automation and large systems, why not talk about the 5000? The 5000 might be the system for everybody. If you guys are looking to get away from the electric companies like me, my electric company is about to drop a 17% increase in our electric bill. Having a system like this will help you get away from paying those electric bills. Having, of course, the solar panels to charge it will also help that as well, right? Now, this, of course, is the 5000 plus. It's a large system. I'm going to pull a little bit closer so you guys can see it up a little better. This is a 132-pound package. Now, at 132 pounds, you get 5,040 watt-hours of power for a $2,999 price tag. Now, don't let that scare you. We have that 5% discount code for you as well. With this device, though, you're going to have multiple USB-C ports. You're going to have 2 100-watt USB-C ports right on the front. Now, you're also going to have 2 USB-A ports as well. That's going to do 18 watts of charging capability. Below those ports are going to be your AC outlets. Now, those AC outlets are going to do 7,200 watts of pure sine wave power. Now, 7,200 watts of power is an amazing amount of power to have come through an AC outlet. So that means you guys can plug in a lot of different devices and not have to worry about it. With this device, you still have the 12-volt 10 amp plug, which is great. You also have multiple other ports that we didn't even talk about yet. And that's going to be, of course, your NEMA plugs. So on the side, let's roll it around. You're going to see at top the AC expansion port. Now, that AC expansion port is meant for plugging into your smart transfer station switches. That means your home circuit breaker box that Jackery created and made for this. That is also where you guys can link a second 5,000 plus station if you just want to do that as well. Below that are two NEMA style plugs. Now those NEMA plugs are 14-30 and 14-50. Now those plugs are dual voltage charging, so that means you guys can do 120 volts or 240 volt. That means at 240 volts you guys can plug in your house dryer. You guys can plug in your central AC. You guys could plug in your hot tub if you really wanted to, or other devices. And that's kind of cool with that. Large orange handles to help pick it up if you need to pick it up. On the opposite side, we're going to drop down the camera a little bit for you, and we're going to zoom you guys in here. You're going to notice two plugs on the bottom. First is a DC expansion port. That DC expansion port is for adding extra batteries, so you guys can add batteries. The plug above it is going to be your wall plug. That wall plug is going to allow you to charge at a little over 3.5 hours to fully charge 5,040 hours of power. I'm going to pull this panel off, and I'm going to pop the panel off because I like to show it, guys, with the wide open space for you. First and foremost, you have two DC plugs. These are your 80-20 low power solar arrays. Now, the 80-20 low power solar arrays means you guys can charge at 1,200 watts of charge rate. Now, at 1,200 watts of charge rate, it's going to take you about 5 hours to fully charge this device. That's it. If you want to, you guys can. You can move over here to these plugs. This is your high power solar array. To use this, you'll literally have to flip a switch just like that to turn on the high power solar array. This will allow you to charge at 4,000 watts of charge rate for those of you that need that charge. Now, I don't use high power in here, but if I did, I can have this fully charged in under 2 hours. So under 2 hours, fully charged if I want to. Now, there's a fourth way of charging this that we can kind of talk about. That's going to be your high power smart transfer station, your STS. That's connected to, of course, your electric grid, which is, of course, ran by your electric company. It will charge at 4,000 watts as well and can be charged in under 2 hours for you. Now, Jackery did something cool with that, though. They created an app control, and inside the app, you guys can manage it to only charge during low consumption hours. So let's say your electric company only charges, 20 cents for lower hours, or at peak hours it charges like 30 cents. You can actually set it up to charge at the low hours, which is great. Inside that app, it'll allow you to see generation and consumption of solar, generation and consumption of course, your electric grid, or vice versa. Now, what could you run off of this? Well, it's going to vary with the devices that you have plugged into it and what you want to do with this. Hi, James, trimming. What am I trimming? What am I trimming? So, you have a variation. Like, you guys could do, let's say, a house dryer off of this system for about 3 hours if you wanted to. 2 hours with the central AC. That 1150 watt window AC will be able to run for about 5 hours. You guys could do that 60 watt flat screen TV for 2 hours off of this as well. Yeah, peak versus off peak. Yeah, trimming. Yeah, you're correct. I didn't even think about that. I thought you were like talking about trimming flowers or something. You had me thrown off there. System by itself, $2,999. It is an amazing deal. But guys, get it with, of course, that amazing solar panel. So you guys can get the 5,000 plus with the 500X solar panel. Now, that's a $4,100 price tag. It's 21% off, but there's a $600 clippable coupon. Use that $600 clippable coupon. Save yourself a few dollars. Now, we're going to get into this because I really want to talk about it. You can add up to 5 batteries to the 5,000 plus station. When you add 5 batteries, you're going to have 30 kilowatts of hour power. 30 kilowatts of hour power should be able to run most of your whole home stuff for, let's say, like 7 days. Now, if you ran it in parallel with the second 5,000 plus and 10 batteries total, you would have at least up to 14 days of runtime on your standard appliances. That's not your central AC. That's not your hot tub. That's not your pool out back. That's not, let's say, your large gaming PC that you need to run, nonstop to stream this show. Like in this. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, that's what I thought you were talking about was the flowers. It threw me off. So the 5,000 plus, guys, is their largest and most beautiful station to date. Now, if you guys haven't seen, they are releasing a new 3,000 as well. Yeah, not AC, not as runner. Yeah, well, I mean, you can have those plugged in. It's not like you can't have them plugged in, Sheila, but you're definitely not going to, let's say, have your central AC on at 60 degrees and not have no power coming in. So it's just one of them things. So if you guys are pulling in a lot of power, let's say you guys got a 4,000 watt solar array, you definitely could run those items with this while it's charging, no problem. You just, yeah, it's the app is throwing error code, Sheila. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't show it in my my streaming app. It's only showing it in the Amazon app. So, yeah, not sure. Yeah, totally not sure. But I do see it. Nope. No, it's the show's been like this. I don't know what's going on. I wrote Justin. I don't know if he checked it out. He's probably busy. So 5,000 plus, guys, that is your whole home automation. That is the system that you are definitely going to want to look at if you're trying to get up and off the grid living. And with that. Nope, no, I'm not running this off the generator. If you guys are saying that the show is a little blurry, let's talk about it for a second. It is actually, it's showing, if I can kind of show you guys, it's an Amazon error. So I'm getting Amazon errors. It says error codes, and it's telling me certain horizontal streaming is currently down. It's an Amazon issue, so it's out of my control. Out of my control. Yeah, it's also, I can also see it's still. Nothing I can do. All right, we're going to talk about another one. This is actually a nice, another beautifully set up station. We're going to start talking about like the 1,000 1,264 watt hours of power. Now, with 1,264 watt hours of power, it's in a smaller package. This is like a 39-pound station. Now, 1,264 watt hours of power is not where you're going to have to stay at, though, with this. Now, $949 is your price tag with this system. It can be fully charged in under 2 hours without a problem, which is great. It's going to have 3 AC outlets. It's going to do, of course, a beautiful 2,000 watts of charge rate through those American Standard plugs, which hopefully you guys can kind of see there. You guys are going to have 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports. The USB-C ports are 100 watt power capable. The USB-A ports are 18 watts. You have the flashlight, the display, you have the handle, you have the LiFePO 4 cells. You're going to have that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug with this. Now, your charge time, like I said, about 2 hours is your standard charge time with this device. Can be used as a UPS, yet again, if you really wanted to. Now, by itself, it's a great option. By itself, it's going to allow you to, of course, run a bunch of cool products, ranging from 1,150 watt window AC for a little over an hour. You guys could do like table saws, power drills, pruning saws. You guys could do, of course, your phones. You can do like a 5 watt lamp for about 96 hours if you really wanted to. You're going to have a lot of different usages, like 53 drone batteries, or not drone batteries, DSLR batteries. You guys could do 29 drone batteries, I think, if I remember correctly. 58 to 60 cell phone batteries as well. And it's a great option with this. By itself, it's an amazing piece. But you guys can get it at a kit. And the kit is what I'm going to always tell you guys you should check out. So the 1,000 plus kit is going to be the battery above it, the station that we were just talking about, and 2 of the 100 watt solar panels. That's actually a $1,599 package deal. Phenomenally great deal. That's 24% off. By adding the extra battery, you just doubled your runtime. You doubled, of course, your usage time with this. 2,528 watt hours of power is what you just jumped to. That's amazing. And amazingly well done. And the battery is not that heavy, and it is portable. It has a handle, has a display of its own, has a linking cable, which is great. You're getting also 2 of those 100 watt bifacial solar panels. If you had 4 of those panels, 4.5 hours would be your charge time on the system. This system can have up to, of course, multiple batteries if you wanted to. You guys can add 3 batteries to this. By adding 3 batteries, you are going to have over 5 kilowatts of hour power. If your system is like, let's say, 3,000 watts of power or more, you guys can reach out and sign up for the Green Energy Credit Program. And that will give you like a tax credit and stuff like that. Now, that 1,000 plus is an amazing little piece. It's beautifully well done, and the battery's just as nice. It's a well-rounded device. I've ran Christmas decorations off of it. I've done Halloween decorations. I ran a whole live stream off of this device one day. And I'm not saying by itself I had the battery hooked up, and that's because my gaming PC is actually quite powerful. But we did do it. We did a stream. I think it was a Jackery stream, if I can remember correctly. We just weren't showing the 1,000 plus that day. But it's a great product. It does have a 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. It doesn't have the ceramic plug for it. Pull it out of your car, I guess. Pull it out of your car if that's what you need. But it does have the 12-volt 10-amp plug sitting there. I mean, if that's what you need it for, it's definitely there. I'm more geared towards, like, let's say, like the air mattress people and stuff like that, but it is on there. That's pretty good. Now, it really is a nice piece, fast charging. Add solar panels to it, and you guys can run your home off of this. You guys could, run your homestead. You guys can do your cabin, maybe your sheds, and just add some extra batteries if you guys need the extra battery power. And that's all you really need to do. So nice, clean energy style program. Of course, my kid's home, so she's gonna start making noises. Let's bounce. Let's talk about the 300 plus. Let's talk about an 8-pound power station. Here's your 8-pound power station. This is the 300 plus. 288 watt hours of power that can be fully charged in under an hour and a half. Now, at 288 watt hours of power, you guys can run that Nintendo Switch for about 40 hours without a problem. You have a flashlight on the front. You have the display. You have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug adapter. I'm going to cough. I apologize, everybody. I have a fan now blowing on me, so it's starting to cause me to cough, which is funny. You have 2 USB-C ports. The first is a bi-directional 100-watt port. The second is a 15-watt port, and then you have a 15-watt USB-A port. Individually switched just by holding the plug down and turning it on. This can be charged by a 3-prong computer-style plug that they do include with the kit. Open air design that's going to allow air to go through, but there are fans that keep the LiFePO4 cells cool. Now, $219 is your price tag with this device, and that's actually got it beautifully well done. 300 watts of AC outlet, a pure sine wave, or can peak at, of course, 600 if you really need to, up that little bit with it. 4 ways of charging, 4.25 hours on a cigarette car lighter charger in your car. If you want to use the USB-C part by itself, a little over 2.5 hours. The wall plug, under an hour and a half. If you have, let's say, the 40-watt solar panel, 7.5 hours will be your charge time. If you had the 100-watt panel, it's going to charge a lot quicker than that. Different devices that can be run off of this will be, let's say, like your 14-watt to 15-watt router for a little over 15 hours. 5-watt light bulb for about 22 hours. Flat screen TV about 4.25 hours. If you guys have lizards, pets that need like a pet heating pad, power outage, and you need to make sure they are nice and warm. 7 hours of runtime with that 30-watt pet pad That'll do well for those of you. If you guys need a heated blanket, about 4 hours of runtime for yourself. That's a really, really great piece with this. Now, I have the 40-watt solar panel. The 500X will not charge the 300 plus. Now, if you took a single panel off of the 500X, then yes, you could adapt it down to the 7909 plug to charge at that rate, and then you'll have to use the USB-C port. The USB-C port only allows for 100 watts of charge rate through that plug on the 300 plus. So only 100 watts of charge through that. So the 500X will not do that, but you know that 500X can be broken down into single panels. So it's an 85 watt panel. You guys could break that down, use the adapter plug if you needed to. It's just not going to do the whole panel. So, yeah. The 40 watt panel is a great solar panel is amazing. And we do have that as an option as well. But we also have the option for the 100 watt panel. So let's show you guys how. This is going to be your 100 watt panel option, $449. 300 plus 100 watt panel. Now this 100 watt panel is an amazing panel. It does 25% efficiency. It's a bifacial charging, which means it can give charging from both sides of the panel. That means if it's tipped at a 25-degree angle, it's going to get reflective light through the blue side to give you that little extra oomph of charging in lower light settings. So let's say you guys live in Oregon, Washington, and you guys live in a really cloudy gray area sky. This will do 25% efficiency. If you guys have, straight 100% sun, you get 100% efficiency. You don't have to worry about it. Great little panel. The option with this is like $449, which is a great option. Now, the package deal I love the most is going to be the Mini 40 panel with this. And we have it as an option. This is your 11-pound package. So at 11 pounds, you have the Mini 40 solar panel, the 300 power station. Now, this will allow you to charge in 7.5 hours of charge time, which is actually a great charge time or charge rate with this station. Now, the Mini 40 solar panel is a beautiful little piece, 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half-inch thick, fully waterproof, water resistant, but very lightweight. Take it on the go, use it as you need. Phenomenally beautiful piece. And we'll be showing you guys this a little bit more in a second. Charging in your car. Yes, you can charge in your car. Now, we have another product that we're going to show you guys before we get into the one I love the most. And I kind of try to talk about this every so often, but we will. This is going to be the 500. Now, the 500 is an original style system. Fixed handle, 518 watt hours of power. This, of course, has one AC outlet that does 500 watts of pure sine wave power. Can peak at 1,000 for those of you that need to plug in a window AC. Just not going to get a long run time, all right? Now, you have three USB ports. Now, those are 5 volt, 2.4 amps in the middle. You have 3 DC plugs that are, of course, input plugs and output plugs. So you have one input plug above it. Then you have 3 output plugs below it. Now you have that 12 volt 10 amp cigarette lighter plug, which is a DC plug. You have 2 6.2 millimeter DC plugs beside it. The input plug is an 8.2 millimeter plug. That's going to allow you to plug into a solar panel, cigarette car lighter, wall plug. And it's going to be an old school lap tile style plug. On the side of it does have a flashlight for those of you that need that flashlight to charge or run. It's going to take you about 5.5 hours to fully charge this device, so it does take a little bit longer, but that's because it's the original style of device. So that's where you're going to go with this. What could you run off of 518 watt hours of power? Quite a bit. I mean, like 9 hours with a mini cooler, 7 to 8 hours with the flat screen TV if you wanted to. That 14 watt router a day, not a problem. Heated blanket over 4 hours. You guys want to do a blender? If you guys need a backyard barbecue, maybe 50 minutes with that one. It's just going to be determined by whatever you guys could think of that could plug into it. That's around 500 to 1,000 watts or less. So that's where you guys are in range with this. Now, $299 is your price tag for that device by itself. Or you guys could get the 500 and that 100-watt solar panel for like $469, I think it is. At $469, you're getting a great package deal. And with that 100-watt solar panel, 7.5 hours will be your charge time. You won't have to pay the electric company. Now we are going to talk about my most favorite product. The station I use the most. And you're going to laugh at it. I use the 100 Plus more than I use any other power station in here. There's a reason for it. Small, lightweight, portable, and has enough power to do what I need in those times. I use it for my cameras. I use it for my Keystone lights quite a bit. This helps me do content creation when I'm doing, of course, a lot of stuff. Now, 99 watt hours, 31,000 milliamps, or of course 128 watts. It is a 2.25 pound package. At 2.25 pounds, it is lightweight. You don't have to worry about it. This can be put in a backpack, could be put in a purse, put in your luggage if you really wanted to. It's actually TSA approved, so you guys could take it on an airplane. You guys could go through TSA checkpoints without a problem with this. Now you have two USB-C ports that are bi-directional and of course bi-chargeable. You guys can charge inwards or outwards, and they do 100 watts of charge rate for you. You also have the 18 watt USB-A port next to it and the beautiful display that shows you guys the battery percentage. With this device, it comes with the 100 watt pass-through cable, and it's a nice high-vis cable. You guys can adapt it to, of course, if you want to, get the USB-C to, of course, DC plug to connect up a solar panel, and that's a cool little plug. And it'll allow you to connect in here and then, of course, start charging. And that's the plug I was talking about if you wanted to use the 85 watt panel on that 300 Plus. Now, on a charge, you guys should be able to do at least 6 iPhone 14 charges. You guys should be able to do about 4.5 hours with the Nintendo Switch. You will be able to do, I know, a little over 3.5 hours with the Nintendo Switch and a portable monitor. I've done it on a whole stream for us. You guys could do 6 hours with, let's say, a MacBook Pro 16-inch. You could even do about 5 charges with, of course, your iPhones. Now, you guys could also do, let's say, your Steam Decks. You guys could do your, what else could you do? ROG Allies. You guys could do, of course, DSLR batteries like me. You run my Keystone lights off it, plug it in, and start running. It's a great little option. At $109, this is a phenomenally well done product by itself. But pair it with, of course, that mini 40 solar panel. This is your 5-pound package. 5 pounds. 5 pounds means even your child should be able to carry this in times of need. You guys can take it hiking, camping. It's portable and lightweight. Like I said, size of a 3-ring binder. Very small and handy. Beautifully well done. Nice high-vis orange and perfectly well set. The package deal for this, of course, this is going to be a little bit more for the system and the solar panel. I don't think I have. Let me see if I can pull up the price point for you guys for that one. So I believe this package deal is like $199. So it's $199. You get the Mini 40 and the 100 Plus. So, great deal. And for those of you that have followed the other social medias, you guys know this comes in a dune sand color. Now we also have the 100 Plus and, of course, in another package deal. This is going to be the 100 Plus and that beautiful 100 watt wall plug. Now you guys can get that package deal for like $139 if you need to. So $139, great little deal for that phenomenal product. I use this so much, it's crazy. Now bear with me, guys. We have one more station to show you guys. This is going to be the 2000 Plus. We're going to talk about it. We have it in, of course, a couple different packages for you with that. First and foremost, you guys can get the 2000 Plus and the beautiful solar panels for like, I think it's $3,099. Now, that's going to come with two of the 200-watt solar panels and that beautiful little station. Now, the 200,000 plus is an amazing station by itself. It's 2,042 watt hours of power in a 62-pound package. 62 pounds, very, very heavy, but can be carried around or rolled around without a problem. It has large wheels, has a handle, and will do everything you need. Now, $3,099 is not your final price point because there's a $1,200 clippable coupon on that package for the 2,000 plus and those solar panels. Now, with that being said, you guys are going to have, of course, a bunch of other stuff. What did I miss? No clue. No clue with that one. Now, with the 2,000 plus, guys, the same as the 3,000 plus. 5 AC outlets to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, 6,000 max. 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, 12-volt 10-amp plug, and, of course, that NEMA-style plug with this. Now, with it, though, you guys can get the 4,000 kit. The 4,000 kit is going to be what I will tell you always to get, because you're going to get the battery sitting right above it, which is an amazing little piece, and you're going to get those 2 solar panels. Normally, it's like a $5,000 price tag. It's got a $1,400 clippable coupon, plus it's already 12% off. So you're going to be under $3,000 without a problem with this. That's great. Now, with that battery, you just doubled your battery capacity to 4,085 watt hours of power. You guys can run your gaming PCs for over 12 hours to 24 hours with the battery. You can have up to 5 batteries with this. At 5 batteries, you have over 12 kilowatts of hour power. At 12 kilowatts of hour power, you should be able to run most of your home appliances for at least 4 days without a problem. Now, you can run it in parallel with the second 2,000 plus if you really needed to, and 10 batteries. It's going to give you guys 24 kilowatts of power. Phenomenally, really beautiful little piece of technology and a great package. So 4,000 plus, check that one out. Now, we are going to go through solar panels because that's what we want to talk about at the end of the show. And I was going a little bit fast with that last product. We were running slightly behind on our time frame, but hey, we'll do this and have fun. So the 100-watt Solar Saga. If you guys know the old one, it was a single-sided solar panel. This is their new bifacial panel. It's got the amazing little kickstands that are velcroed on with elastic straps to allow you to tip it at 25 degrees. Has, of course, a riveted on fabric handle, and it's got riveted on buttons that's going to allow you to, of course, close it. It is a bifacial, so it's going to do, of course, 25% efficiency in charging in low light settings. In standard high light settings, or like, summertime, 100% charge rate. Bifacial, you're going to have the blue side. The blue side is going to get the reflective lighting. Trifold design with this. When you pop it open, yeah, you'll need those adapters, but yeah. Oh, that's Fernando Tony. Thank you, Fernando. Now, with this, of course, there's your monocrystalline solar cells in a nice large panel. It is 4 panels long. It is IP68 rating, fully waterproof, water resistant, can be left out in the rain, in the snow, can be used in the snow if you wanted to. It's not going to hurt it. If you have, let's say, a dust storm, hit it. Take a hose to it. It's not going to hurt it. Wash it off the hose. 100 watts, of course, charge rate for you guys with this panel. It's an amazing panel right here. $209 is the price for this panel. It's normally like $300. But the 100-watt Solar Saga solar panel is an amazing little piece. What I will always tell you, though, tie it down, guys. If you have like high winds or you are norm for winds, use these pressed rings to tie it down. Make sure it's tied down so it does not fly away like a kite. You just want to protect it with that. Now, we've been talking about the larger panel, the 200 watt. We actually In my back. Fernando said I muted myself, and that's not. Yeah. Fernando, I see the issue. Didn't mute, but it went dead. It dropped. All right, 200-watt solar cell, guys, solar panel, guys. Compatible with the 1000 V2 all the way up to the 5000 plus. 200 watts of charge rate. It is, of course, a large panel. Comes with a 10-foot cable. It also comes with the ETFE case, and the case is beautiful. Has an adapter for the 8020 and the 7909 DC plug for it. Now, with it, 24.3% efficiency in converting light to power. Fully waterproof, water resistant, but has a $220 coupon code. So you guys can click it. I apologize, everybody. Fans starting to make me cough, which is bad. It's going to take you less than 30 seconds to set that guys up. It's going to do well for you. And like I said, $220 off of it. Normally about $700. Fully waterproof, water resistant. That is a beast of a panel. It's going to work well for you guys. Just know, though, it is 21 pounds of weight with that one. So be cautious with it, but it will do well for you guys. Now, we were showing you guys the Mini 40 solar panel, and that's actually a beautiful little panel. It's $89. $89 is an amazing price point for it. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half-inch thick. Has the beautiful little clasp right here that you guys can, of course, pop it, open it up for this. Now, when you pop this open, you guys are going to be greeted with that monocrystalline solar cell. This is going to do about 23.5% efficiency in converting light to power without a problem. This is going to be for your 100 plus, your 240s, and your 300s. This will do well for all of those. Now, fully waterproof, water resistant means you guys can leave it out in the rain. You guys could use the rings and tie it off to your backpack while you're hiking because it is such lightweight. 2.5 pounds is the weight of this, so 2.5 pounds very easily and acceptably be taken everywhere. This thing is an amazing little portable solar panel, and it pairs well with the 100 plus. Let's just go there. Pair it with the 100 plus, you have a 5-pound kit with this, and it's going to do well for you. Now, we are going to talk about 2 more panels, but we're going to talk about a DIY panel. Now, this is a bifacial panel that is an amazingly well done piece. Now, this bifacial panel comes with this beautiful little kit. This is your hardware kit. So it's going to come with mounting brackets. These are what they call Z brackets. The Z brackets are pre-drilled, pre-tapped, and of course powder coated for you. They are of course pre-drilled so you can mount it on the roof of your house, your RVs, your storage sheds, or whatever. You also have the pre-drilled slotted holes to mount to the actual panel. Inside here, you're going to get all the self-tapping screws inside one bag. You're also going to get the nuts and bolts in another to, of course, mount all this to those roofs. This is their fully tempered glass solar panel. Now, that's a little bit different than the other panels that we've been talking about. It is, of course, non-foldable, but glass. So do be careful with this fully glassed. It is a bifacial design, still fully waterproof, water resistant. Metal housing all the way around, and of course a permanently fixed cabling. Now the cabling on this is a 10-foot cable. It's got an Anderson clip at the end, but it also has the adapter for the 8020 adapter plug. If you guys need to, you guys can get the 7909 adapter as well for this. Now, pre-drilled holes all the way around for the mounting hardware. This is your bifacial charging, so this is your reflective charging. If you don't have the option of being able to set this at a 20-degree angle, you don't have to. You can lay it flat and let it charge in standard charging usage with that. You don't have to have the reflective charging. This is, of course, $194.99. It's a 35% savings with this panel. It's an amazingly well done panel. Cool part about this panel is with that Anderson clip, guys, you can interlink multiples of these panels without a problem and connect it up to the larger systems. So that's where you're going to be with this. This would do good on your balconies if you had a balcony, the top of your RV, maybe your makeshift Volkswagen Bugs or buses and stuff like that. Your cabins, your garages, and that's where you guys are going to do with that. So it's a really, really amazingly well done piece. We have one last panel to talk about. This is going to be their large 500X. Now, the 500X, I know Chris said he had one, and it's a really, really beautiful panel. Now, I'm going to show you guys two different videos while we're doing this. The 500X is an amazing panel. Now, this is their largest panel to date. It's like $999. I think there's a $100 clippable coupon on this. It's made from 6 85-watt panels. Inside the package, you're going to get, of course, the 500X panels. You're going to get one storage bag, 10 hinges, 8 ground stakes. You're going to get one hex key, 40 screws, 2 Anderson plug clips, and the user manual. The user manual is there to allow you to, of course, show you how to set it up in this direction. You do not have to leave it in the accordion direction like we have it set up here. You can lay it flat and have it as an individual 85-watt panel. Or if you have a second 500X, you can interlink those two 500X panels together. You can make it all one panel if you wanted to, and that's the cool part about that. Now, with it, you're going to do 500 watts of charge rate, and it's going to do it well. Fully IP68 rating, so you can leave it outside in the water, rain, whatever you want. Now, it is, of course, when connected and folded out, it's 98 inches long by 39 inches wide by about 12 inches tall. When you fold it up and put it in the case, it is going to be about 39 inches long by about 20 inches by, of course, 4 inches thick with this. Now, it is going to go well with, like, let's say, 1000 V2 all the way up to the 5000 plus. Now, it's not going to charge at a full 500 watts on that 1000 V2, but can plug into it if you needed to. Now, break it down and use it as a single 85-watt panel for the smaller systems. You will just need a USB-C dongle, the 8020 adapter to USB-C dongle with that. That is an amazing little piece with this. So that's the cool part with that. It's an amazing 500X panel. Now, there are a few more panels that they're coming out with. There's the terracotta style panel that they're creating for your whole home roof, which is very cool as well. So that is the last that we have to show you guys. But remember, we also have those discount codes. You guys can use that 5% discount code on any purchases over $1,000 tonight if you want to. You guys could also use that 1000 V2 and get that carrying bag for $449. Use the code. And that's the cool part with that. Now, I want to thank everybody for being here. If you haven't, hit the follow button. It's free for you guys. Hit the live notifications. You'll know when we go live. With that being said, I believe I will be back here next Monday night with another show with some more great deals and discounts for you guys. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Chris for popping in. Sheila, thank you as well. Fernando, I appreciate all the help, and sorry about the microphone quitting. Guys, I'll see you later. Have a great one. See you on the next show.